Yo, what's good everybody, it's Based, and this video is going to be talking about the classes of Path of Exile 2. Path of Exile 2 just had their reveal stream for all the endgame content, and to be honest, I want to really help folks get into this game because one of the things that I love to do is when I'm passionate about something and I see a company that is going above and beyond to make sure that the players, the community, and the balancing, the systems themselves look and feel top notch. I just want people to play it because I want people to understand that there's other options out there than huge, massive AAA titles. And Path of Exile, it's an amazing game. It's really daunting. It can be really intimidating if you just don't know what's happening. And again, I want to get more people into this game. What they're going to be doing with this game is they're going to be streamlining it and making it more accessible for PC players and console players. They're reworking a lot of their systems. They're just overall making it more welcoming to new players. Now, Path of Exile 2 will be a paid early access for $30. That's the cheapest available supporter bundle that they have. And with that, that's going to come with 300 in-game currency. When the game does release in 2025, the game will be free. So if you do want to support the game in its early access state, you could get a supporter pack. Again, the cheapest is $30. Now, here's where we're going to have some fun. There are 6 total classes at launch with the early access. That is a Witch, Sorceress, Monk, Warrior, Ranger, and Mercenary. And when the game finally releases, there will be 6 more playable classes. At the launch of early access, every class will have 2 ascendancy classes. An ascendancy class is a specialization for your character. It gives you more options to customize to your playstyle. How you unlock them is within the end game, but that's going to be on another video. Now let's break down the classes. The first one's going to be the Warrior class. The Warrior is going to be like a strength-based tank. A lot of these attacks have slams or war cries. For example, you have an ability called Earthquake where you slam the ground dealing damage, and after some time an aftershock will pop out and deal damage in a bigger radius. Or you have Infernal Cry, covers the enemies in ash and exerts your next attacks, granting bonus to fire damage. Enemies that die with this ash will combust, exploding and dealing fire damage to all the other enemies. Does it sound kind of insane? If you're looking to be up close and personal, doing a whole bunch of slow but massive damage, Warrior is going to be your class. Up next, you got the Witch. This is Path of Exile 2's version of a Necromancer. The Witch specializes in occult magic, and what she's really good at doing is summoning an army of the undead. Or she could do a whole lot of damage with poisons and contagion, and you could do both of those at the same time. The Spirit mechanic is your resource for summoning minions, and this is something new for Path of Exile 2. And the Witch's signature weapon is going to be a scepter. Now, one of the coolest things that they have added as a quality of life update for the Witch in Path of Exile 2, for me personally, is the auto revive. In Path of Exile 1, whenever a minion would die, you'd have to resummon them. Not in Path of Exile 2. It auto revives. It's amazing. Also, they're introducing commands. This is going to allow you to control the AI of your summons. Well, to a degree. You could get them to move to a specific location, you could have them open a door, attack a certain enemy, things like that. Me personally, this is going to be a great class to play during hardcore because you could have your minions doing the work while you stay in the back and be safe. Let's talk about the Ranger. Ranger builds were such a powerful and popular build in Path of Exile 1, I could already see it happening with Path of Exile 2. A Ranger's specialty is their bows. They deal a crazy amount of range damage with those bows, by the way. You have things like the Lightning Arrow, Poison Burst Arrow, Stormcaller's Arrow. You could use a Barrage, and tons of stuff like that. Also new to Path of Exile 2 is that Rangers will be able to use mounts. And Rangers can attack while they're on those mounts. So that's pretty cool too. Another thing about Rangers is just because they can shoot a lot doesn't mean that they're not evasive. They could get out of dodge pretty fast with stuff like Escape Shot. So if you want to have a character that is really fast moving, arrow shooting, you can mow down characters at blink of an eye, then the Ranger's definitely going to be what you want to pick. Now we got the Sorceress. Like the Witch, this is an intelligence-based class. Now she doesn't have a signature weapon, but her specialty is elemental spells. That means she could use fire, ice, and lightning. And those spells are insane, by the way. But just as a heads up, this is what we call a glass cannon. Now there will be spells that will help the Sorceress defend herself, but I'm telling you, it's exactly what it sounds like. They can hit really hard, but they don't have a lot of defenses. But you could change that as you play the game, putting certain things in the skills trees. You'll be fine. Just wanted to throw it out there. Now we have the Mercenary. Now the Mercenary is similar to the Ranger, but instead of a bow, it uses crossbows. Now what's very interesting about the Mercenary is the use of the WASD controls for the first time. If you are a fan of shooters, the Mercenary will be for you because the playstyle is very similar. Using the WASD, shooting people down, it's all in the same wheelhouse. And as far as the crossbows goes, you can have ones that act like sniper rifles, act like shotguns, act like assault rifles. Like all of the other classes in the game, Mercenary is going to play differently depending on how you would like to play them. And on top of the different types of shots that you have different type of ammo. Armor piercing, incendiary, permafrost, and there's more. A lot of eyes are going to be on the Mercenary class just because of how interesting the gameplay sounds, and I don't blame anybody. It sounds really fun. And last we have the Monk. The Monk is agile as hell, dashing in and out of the fight, using quick staff attacks, landing killer blows, using unarmed attacks to empower the next elemental explosion it has. The Monk has a magical aspect to them, but they're also able to drop a shit ton of damage. They use these bells that they can hit that will hit other characters in the area. It's such a unique take on what the Monk class is. Now I said this on stream, I'm usually very bored by Monk characters, but this is the first time that I've actually considered going and playing a Monk as a main when a game comes out. The Monk is definitely a combo based class, but the playstyle is very mobile. So if you like face-paced anime style combat, the Monk really might be for you. Now I did not go super in depth with every class for a reason. I was very overwhelmed when I picked the class for the first time that I played PoE. I just wanted to get an idea of what each class was like. This game is very in depth, but PoE 2 will definitely be holding your hand throughout it, and in a good way, not in a condescending, you don't know how to play a video game way. They just know that there is a lot of mechanics and a lot of ways to play this game. I did not want to add to that. Now, if you want me to go in depth with each of these classes, I have no problem doing that. Leave a comment below and tell me which class you would like me to do first. I really hope new players found this video helpful. Thank you guys for watching it. Thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.